In this video, we are going to talk about 10 most famous photographs of all time. So before starting this video, please like this video and subscribe to our channel for the future updates. Number 10. Dorothea Lange, Migrant Mother, 1936. Dorothea Lange took a number of pictures of Florence Owens Thompson and her children in 1936 in Nipomo, California, in a camp full of field laborers whose livelihoods had been severely damaged by the collapse of the pea crops, including the famous image Migrant Mother. Lange defended her actions, saying that she was pulled to the mother who was both starving and in need of some help. The mother and her kids subsisted on frozen produce from the nearby fields and birds that the kids had killed. During the Great Depression, this infamous photograph came to represent the plight of migrant farm workers. Number 9. Robert Capa, The Falling Soldier, 1936. Our list of the most well-known images continues with Robert Capa's 1936 photograph of the falling soldier, which was taken during the Spanish Civil War. According to rumors, it shows the execution of a soldier by the name of Federico Burrell Garcia. The soldier is tumbling backward after receiving a fatal headshot. Capa recalled being in a trench with soldiers at the time he took the picture, and as they crossed it, he raised his camera above his head and clicked without even looking. Nonetheless, there has been a persistent argument over the subject's identification and location since the 1970s. A number of staged photos that were taken at the same time and location have also been found. Number 7. Sam Scheer, The Hindenburg Disaster, 1937. The introduction of Zeppelins was a major event because they were regarded as majestic sky machines that denoted wealth and power. Sam Scheer was waiting for the LZ-129 Hindenburg to drift in from Frankfurt on May 6, 1937 at the Lakehurst Naval Air Station in Lakehurst, New Jersey. Nevertheless, the spacecraft dramatically caught fire as it was taking off due to the combustible hydrogen, killing 36 people. Scheer was able to take one of the most well-known pictures of the disaster, which was featured for the Led Zeppelin album cover 3 decades later. The distressed voice of Chicago radio announcer Herbert Morrison is equally legendary as the image itself. Number 6. Joe Rosenthal, Raising the Flag on Iwo Jima, 1945. Photographer Joseph Rosenthal captured the iconic image raising the flag on Iwo Jima on February 23, 1945. In the picture, American Marines are seen hoisting a flag atop Mount Suribachi during the Second World War's Battle of Iwo Jima. Later, Rosenthal remembered, the sky was cloudy. The disruption of the landscape and the broken stalks of the shrubbery beneath their feet symbolized the turbulence of battle, and the wind had just whipped the flag out over their heads. Over the following several days, the 3 Marines depicted in the picture were all killed in combat. This well-known image was published multiple times and was awarded the Pulitzer Prize for Photography in the same year that it was first released. Number 5. Alfred Eisenstaedt, VJ Day in Times Square, 1945. Alfred Eisenstaedt captured a happy sailor clutching and kissing a nurse on the street during the celebratory turmoil at Times Square at the end of World War II. The picture, which perfectly captured the celebration following the war's conclusion, quickly rose to fame and served as the foundation for our collective recollection of that pivotal period in human history. The picture, however, suddenly had a sinister hue after it came to light that sailor George Mendonça kissed Greta Zimmer, age 21, before moving on, raising questions about the viability of a sexual assault. Number 4. Alberto Cordat, Guerrillero Heroico, 1960. Unquestionably, this classic portrait of Che Guevara, Guerrillero Heroico, is one of the most well-known images. Photographer Alberto Cordat captured the image on March 5, 1960, in Havana at a memorial service for those lost in the La Cobra explosion. According to the photographer, Guevara's expression caught his attention because it conveyed total implacability, as well as rage and suffering. He claimed that the image captured his hard and austere nature. The dynamic and divisive leader's status as a cultural icon and a symbol of the 20th century was cemented by this well-known photograph. The image has subsequently been monetized, commercialized, and exploited in the consumer market in a number of ways. Number 3. Nikut, the Napalm Girl, 1972. Photographer Nikut took the famous image of children running from a napalm bombing during the Vietnam War on June 8, 1972. The young girl in the center of the picture, Phan Thi Kim Phuc, was stripped naked because her garments had been burned off at the time. She was 9 years old. The photographer saved the children's lives by rushing the seriously injured kids to the hospital right away. The image, The Horror of War, which received the Pulitzer Prize for spot news photography, went on to become one of the most well-known images of the 20th century. Number 2. Stuart Franklin, Tank Man, 1989. An unnamed man stands in front of a column of tanks in Tiananmen Square on June 5, 1989, the morning after the Chinese military had violently put down the protesters. He continuously changed positions to block the lead tank as it sought to pass by him. The brave deed of the man now known as Tank Man was documented by multiple photographers, including Stuart Franklin, Charlie Cole, Jeff Widener, and Arthur Sang-Hin Wang, and it became one of the most iconic moments in photography history. Number 1. Pete Souza, The Situation Room, 2011. On May 1, 2011, White House photographer Pete Souza captured one of the most well-known images, Situation Room. It depicts former U.S. President Barack Obama and his national security staff getting real-time reports from Operation Neptune Spear, which resulted in Osama bin Laden's death. Later, President Obama said he thought the photo was shot around the time the people in the room learned or became aware that one of the raid's helicopters had crashed. The photographer remembered having taken about 100 pictures while crammed into a tight space in the little meeting room. What do you think of our video? Let me know in the comments section below. If you enjoyed this video and want to hear from me again, be sure to hit that subscribe button before you go. Thanks for watching.